We've done max current ability for the entire world. Well, today, we've got the minimum current ability for the entire world. 1 current ability for every single player on the game. And boy, was this a chore to set up. But we've left the potential ability where it is. So some players might reach those dizzy heights. Or they might just be teams full of regens within a couple of years. We'll soon see. Let's jump in and see what happens during today's experiment. And here we go then. So I've just jumped onto the Manchester City. As you can see, 1 for every current ability and max current ability. Minimum current ability with their off-the-shelf potential ability. So players may reach it with some good game time. We'll soon see. Look at the shortlist. There's actually some players here with current ability. But they're all regens. They're all sort of like respawned regens that come straight into the game. Now this guy, he's wanted by a couple of teams. I would imagine that your Real Madrid and your Barcelonas are going to want this guy here because Angel is currently the best player in the world at 78 current ability. Moses Philippe has the potential to be the best player in the world on 117. I suppose some real players have got the potential to be better, but starting off at 1, it's going to be very hard work. Unless you're like 16 at the start of the game, you're going to have a long way to go. Like if you're 23, 24, you're never going to make it past like 40, 50, are you really? I wouldn't have thought. I'm going to expect some very, very big changes in the league structures, especially with some of these players coming through. Like Jared Brayford, if he goes to Northampton Town, say, he's going to spearhead their attack, probably bang in 30 goals a season. He could have them in the Premier League inside 2 or 3 years. Don't know what league they're in. League 1 or League 2? I mean, wouldn't even, if I knew now, it wouldn't even matter. It's been, this game's 2 years old, but the new one's coming. And lovely little segue this, I have an affiliate link. Yes, I do, ladies and gentlemen. Get in the description down below for that affiliate link. Save yourself an extra 5% off on Fanatical. On top of the discount that's already there, extra 5% with code Jayhuahua. The first time as a creator, got an affiliate link. Feel pretty good about myself. You see all these other affiliate links and you go, oh, one day. Well, today's that day. I've got it. If you like me and you want to support the channel, you want to get the game, do it. Because you get access to the early access / beta. You'll get access to the beta as well, providing you do it. I mean, that link will probably stay there during the life cycle of the game. It's not just for pre-orders, but, you know, very exciting, and I can't wait to get it. Jared Brayford's unambitious, I've just noticed, so he's probably not going to do much. I can't wait to get the game, although the editor and the pre and in-game editor, how's that all going to work? That's going to be interesting for these kind of experiments. You don't always get that in the early access anyway, do you? So probably have to do something different. So probably be over on Twitch, streaming a save, probably be United, you know, given the fact that they're doing rubbish and we've got like Ben Sesko and everything. So probably be over on Twitch. So yeah, if you're not already, follow me over there. That's double plug. Let's get on with the video. Oh, sod it. Let's make it a hat trick. Subscribe to the channel while you're here. Anyway, okay, so let's go and look at the Premier League. The season preview, the entire City team except Matt Ritchie from Newcastle, which I think is very weird. Very weird. I don't think this is too dissimilar to what it looks like to begin with. The Championship, again, same sort of thing. And again, it's all Leicester except Dan James for Leeds. It's all Derby except Nicky Cadden for Barnsley. So for some reason, they've got 10 players from the team that's going to be favourites to go up and the left midfielder from team in second place. Oh, no. It's all Wrexham. It's all Wrexham here. Welcome to Wrexham. Jack Marriott, Stephen Fletcher, Mark Howard, Chomp, Luke Bolton. Did he features much in Welcome to Wrexham? Anthony Ford, he left, didn't he? You know, to Burton the latest season. Great documentary, Welcome to Wrexham. Great documentary. They're in the Championship now, of course. That's a fun save. That's a fun save. We might do something with Wrexham on the next Football Manager as well. Take him to the Champions League final, maybe. I don't know why I just said take him to the Champions League final. and there we go. We've got to the Champions League final. End of series. No, we try and win the Champions League, of course. I like the idea of that. Anyway, let's move on. So every player's got 1 current ability. It's the same for all nations. Let's move forward a year. So what happens in the first season? So now, of course, there's going to be a lot more players coming through because we had another batch of youngsters and regens coming into the teams. So the Premier Division, Manchester City did win. Bournemouth, Fulham and Luton went down. Europa League football for Wolves, winning the FA Cup with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer in charge. Oh my God, he came in 46 days ago. 46 days ago from the 17th of the 5th. Oh, sorry, he joined on the 17th of the 5th. Oh my word. He came in, beat Arsenal on the final day. They were safe anyway. He beat Arsenal on the final day, and then he went into the FA Cup final. So basically, they sat the manager when they got to the FA Cup final, and then they won the FA Cup on penalties. Nottingham Forest did all right. Everything else is much of a muchness. Brighton did pretty well. Tottenham and Chelsea, they're 7th and 8th. Maybe they could have been a bit higher, but I won't grumble at that Premier League table. That's a very Football Manager-ish kind of table. So the fact it's got 1 current ability for every single team, not a lot really in it. Luka Sucic. Oh, he's got up to 65 current ability. God, they've done pretty well, some of these players. Oh, Sosthene Kouakou, but he's a regen. Ryan Duncan up at 47 from Aberdeen. Golden Darla played 30 times for Manchester City last season, 41 in all competitions, and he's now worth 12.5 to 38 million pounds. He's at 74 current ability. Probably one of the better players in the world. So he's improved a lot. Erling Haaland's only improved 12. He's wanted by Southampton on loan. I think that's hilarious. Jeremy Doku hasn't improved at all. Hasn't played though. Transfer listed by request for £0. That's the point, isn't it? They're paying 40k a week to somebody like it for Jeremy Doku. I mean, they've listed so many players. We get some of these under 18s in the squad. Finley Burns, been out on loan, improved a bit. Yeah, okay. So it's all about the youth intakes and who's done stuff in this last season. We're not going to go through every single team. Actually, let's just do this. Yeah, Arsenal have got quite a few players. Miles Lewis-Skelly's improved a lot. And he's 17. I mean, these are the kind of players that you need. Up at 69, potentiality 152. Saka up at 35. Good players over here, though. Good regens coming through. Aston Villa doing well as well. It's interesting, yeah. They're all young regens coming through. And I wonder, is that what's going to be the case? Is that what's going to be the difference maker going forward? Is it going to be the youth academies? United are the favourites to win the league this season. Francis Obinna, 15-year-old, Manchester United, who is 100 current ability, 176 potential. Amazing. Aidan Williams, 83. And, it's a very, very broad Media Dream 11. We've got Newcastle, we've got Liverpool, we've got West Ham, we've got Man United, we've got Brighton. No, we haven't. We've got Chelsea, Sebastian Santana. We've got Man City, got Wolves, Tottenham, and the Media Dream 11. So the media prediction is, I say, United to win the league, and you've got City, Liverpool, Newcastle, Arsenal. There's much for muchness there. Interesting. The Championship, Ipswich, Norwich, and Middlesbrough went up. Norwich, of course, second, a point behind Ipswich. Obviously didn't have a manager as good as me in charge, because when I was in charge on Twitch, I am still in charge, and we're thriving in the Premier League. Come on over and watch. Jayhuahua on Twitch. That's the second plug. This video. That's the second plug of this video. Really hammering it home. Did I mention there's an affiliate link? Subscribe to this channel. League One, Portsmouth, Lincoln and Peterborough have gone up. Wigan, Cheltenham, Port Vale and Leyton Orient gone down. Wrexham missing out. In the playoffs, AFC Wimbledon going up with Newport County, Colchester and Crewe. Milton Keynes, Dons and Barrow getting relegated. And the season preview for these leagues, again, it very much spread around. And this is the thing now. You've got players that are like 55, 65 potential ability. You've got some good potential ability about you. I think you're going to be snapped up by Premier League clubs very quickly. Sunderland, Aidan O'Sullivan, not very good. They're favourites to win the championships. Let's have a look. Look at this guy, Nicholas Oliver. He's going to be snapped up. Charlie Coppinger as well, 147. 15. Oh, that's Dan Neil. Real guy, Dan Neil. Okay, well, yeah, it's going to be a bit of a slow process. It's going to be a very slow sort of integration of everything that's going on. So let's jump forward a few years now. Let's go to 2028. Be 5 years in. Be able to sink our teeth into a little bit more. Look at this. Jamie's true love, Manchester City, 19 years old, potential ability 185. He's come in at 15, 16, and they're just playing every week. You've got two players there for PSG, Akena John at AC Milan, who's unhappy because they didn't challenge for the Champions League. Vladan Markovic is at Al Shabab. PSG have got a lot of good players here. So United did win the league in that second season, but it's been Man City 3 seasons in a row after that, which is a bit unfortunate. Man City there, favourites to win the league as well. Burnley, Reading and Preston, who've been promoted, are expected to go straight back down. Middlesbrough have got Champions League football because they finished 5th. Leicester finished 3rd. Watford are in 8th. Norwich were down in 12th. And that's after 5 years. I'm thinking I'm going to do better than that in season 2. My first season in the Premier League. Over on Twitch. If you all just went over and followed and came and joined me on Twitch, I'd shut the fuck up about it. So, yeah. Oh, okay. Egg on my face. Carabao Cup win in 2025. I'm already out. We're in the FA Cup semi-final though. At the time of recording, by the time this comes out, that FA Cup semi-final will be done because we'll be live tomorrow and this video won't come out today. Definitely not. Thierry Henry's in charge. How long's he been there? Oh, less than a season. He's been sacking people left, right and centre. Frankie Lampard won the Carabao Cup. On Frank. 11th as well the first season. So yeah, probably better than what I'm going to do really. I'm probably going to finish about there. I say I'm going to do better because I think at the minute I'm 9th or 8th. But I've got a hell of a run in at the end of the season. All the big teams, I think I've got like the top 8. I've got United, City, Newcastle, Arsenal, Liverpool, Chelsea, all still to play. Tottenham. Season after, Wolves getting into Champions League football there. Forest, Europa League football. United getting Conference League football from 13th. Look at this. Aston Villa relegated there with Crystal Palace and Burnley. This season, Chelsea relegated. Bloody Chelsea, 7th in the Championship. They've stayed in the Championship. They finished 4th. I can't believe it. Chelsea, absolutely rubbish. Charlie Webster is up at 111. I'm interested actually. Is there any real players? What a name. Nut Ola Birgit Skjolvik. Oh, what a name. Been a while since we've done a Wonder Kid Wheel. Cole Rennox. I'm getting the itch. I'm getting the itch. Look at these players though. They're in the 20s. Nicholas Jackson. How they got 70 million for Nicholas Jackson. Bayern Munich. Vincent Kompany as well. I expected better of him. If Vincent Kompany has got the same sort of level of attributes and the same sort of level of success on the next Football Manager as he has on this one, after that signing, watch Nicholas Jackson go and win the Ballon d'Or now under Vinny Comp. Anyway, so Chelsea relegated. Leicester getting Champions League football. Yeah, and then of course most recent season, Leeds, Southampton, Derby going down, and you got Middlesbrough and Leicester getting Champions League football, which is, you know, very impressive indeed. Got loads of good players coming in, and there's only big transfers. Junior Krupi, £92 million to Newcastle. He's up at 147. He's only 22 years old though, so he's spent 5 years growing. So yeah, fair enough. Mario Krasniqi, 19 years young, 131. Nearly at his potential though. Most of these players are going to be regens, but I know Marlon Gomez is real. 119 out of 140. Talas Magno, not bad. Archie Gray's gone from Man City to Auxerre. Signed for 14.25 million from Crystal Palace, who signed him for 8.75 mil. He's up at 120. The Liga, Uber Eats. PSG won the first season, then Reims, Nice both won a league title each, and then PSG have won it the next 2 seasons. It's down in 10th as well in terms of competition reputation. Premier Division is still first. The Spanish First Division is second. We've got 3 for Barcelona, 1 for Villarreal, and 1 for Atletico Madrid. Real Madrid are mid-table. Mid-table Madrid. Endrick up at 133. Jude Bellingham at 69 out of 188. 25 years old. Listed. Who's going to buy him at 350k a week? It's not going to happen, is it? Not going to happen. Bundesliga. Well, 4 for Bayern Munich. 1 for Mönchengladbach. See, the thing is, right, it's the first season Bayern Munich won it. And then they would have started to get a youth intake come through. And you would expect Bayern Munich's youth intake to probably be better than most teams. But Mönchengladbach won the league that season. And Bayern have stormed back. So it sort of makes sense, really. In Italy, Roma won the league first up, and then it was 4 in a row for AC Milan, and that's the only leagues we've got loaded. And in terms of the Champions League, well, Molde have won the Champions League twice, back to back in the first 2 seasons, beating Young Boys and then Shakhtar, and then Man City beat Mönchengladbach, and then Man City beat Bayern Munich twice. So it's 3 in a row for Manchester City. So Pep's kept his job. There's some weird things have happened so far, but we're not seeing as much. So Chelsea have already gone down. We're only 5 years in. We've got a few seasons to go here. So let's jump forward to 2033, another 5 years. We'll do a check-in there. Patrick Prediger, best player in the world, the German for AC Milan. Arsenal have got Norberto Rey. We've got Isaac Nicolou for PSG. We've got Otto Dens for AC Milan. 2 for City here. Jamie's true love, who we've seen. Stefan Landshooter. Lamine Yamal is at 184, the first real player, and I think that's probably going to be it. 25, they're all regens coming through here. Anyone above the age of 25? Oh no, 26, but he's also a regen. Kobe Mainu as your next player, Manchester United. He's got himself up to 172 out of 180. João Neves at Man City. He's up at 169. Pep's still in charge over here, and they've won 3 more Premier League titles with Arsenal winning 2. And Spurs went down there. Bottom of the table. We've got Middlesbrough still qualifying for the Champions League. I mean, they're quite a way away from Arsenal and Man City here, but they're still doing pretty well. Brighton, Champions League. Obviously, football for Bristol City. Middlesbrough's still up there. They're 3rd place. I mean, Man City here have dominated this season, haven't they? With 97 points. Of course, you've got your Middlesbroughs who are still in the third place on 70 points. Very similar to the previous season where they had 72. Arsenal fell away though, didn't they? They went from 94 down to 74. That's 20 points lost. You've got Brighton also up there in the Champions League places. Leicester in the Europa League places. Everton, having won the Europa League in 2030, getting themselves in the Champions League. Then they're up in the Champions League places along with Middlesbrough as well. So Middlesbrough are really holding firm. They've dropped some points there down to 64. City have been reined in a bit. Arsenal close again, just 2 points off. Chelsea are back in the Premier League. Norwich getting Conference League football from 17th. West Ham, Wolves and Leeds have gone down. It's all going off over here. Tottenham have come back up and gone straight back down. Aston Villa come up and gone straight back down. Middlesbrough still getting Champions League football. Arsenal winning the Premier League on goal difference. City back on top. Arsenal 3rd. United have snuck in 2nd. Middlesbrough still getting Champions League football in 4th. We've got 6 Champions League places. Excuse me. We've got 6 Champions League places. Someone's won the Champions League? No. Barcelona, Dortmund, AC Milan twice, and Manchester City 5 years ago. 4 Europa Leagues for Newcastle in 29, 31 and 33. They're in it. They win it every season they can. Nagelsmann in charge. Wagner in charge of United. Gallardo at Arsenal. Thomas Tuchel at Brighton. Will Still at Bristol City. Jamie Vardy is manager of Fulham. Arne Slot's at Liverpool. How funny is that? He was at Middlesbrough for a year. Steven Gerrard at Reading. Maresca at Borough. There you go. Championship. I'm not going to go through the whole of the Championship. Let's go back up to the Premier League. Okay. Spain. 3 for Barca, 2 for Atletico Madrid. Real Madrid are on the prowl. They're on the comeback. Dortmund have overtaken Bayern in Germany. And is that because they've got Henning Berg's in charge of Bayern? There's the reason. We've seen them win a Champions League and we've seen them overtake in the Bundesliga. It does look kind of a fun challenge, doesn't it? A bit of a youth-only challenge kind of thing. Get massive, good youth intakes. Bleed them in. It seems kind of fun. Vinny Comp. Of course, the man. Do you know what? He just does well wherever he goes. I'm going to put him at... Maybe we'll stick with Burnley because he starts at Burnley. I'll lock him in for 30 years. I'm just going to give him a TV deal. Big old influx of cash. And see how he gets on. Can he go and win the Premier League and Champions League? I bet he can. How long has he been here? 3 years to the day. 3 league wins. He sacked Michel after he won the Bundesliga and the DFB Pokal. Vinny Komp's the one to win the Champions League. Of course he is. Who else? He was at Inter Milan before. And Rennes. He won the Conference League and then the Europa League at Rennes. He won the European South American Club Challenge, went to Inter Milan, won the Italian Cup, Manager of the Year, and then he's gone to Dortmund, who probably have got some good players. Yeah, they have. Yeah, some very good players here at Dortmund. Wow. Serie A, it's been all AC Milan. All AC Milan and Stefano. Has he been there the manager the whole time? He has. 13 years. Fair play to him. We've seen Patrick Prediger. They've got Otto Dens. They've got Akena John. They've got Albert Agoli. No one's coming anywhere near them. And that's because there's no one who's got a squad anywhere near as good. Looking at Inter Milan. Looking at Juve. Oh, Juve's is awful. Sassuolo are up there. They were this season. Atalanta seem to be doing quite well. Let's have a look at their squad. Yeah, they've got a few decent players, but again, it's not a patch on AC Milan. AC Milan have got half a dozen players better than Anis LeBlanc, who's Atalanta's best player. Liga, Uber Eats is back up in 6th, and PSG are back on top. Thiago Motta's in charge. You've got a lot of good players, good youth intake, good youth recruitments, good youth facilities. And there we go. I mean, they finished 15th in the 25-26 season, 9th in the 24-25 season. So they won it, then they finished really low down. And then they've come back and won it, and they've won it ever since. So we're starting to see some movement of sorts, mainly in England. But I suppose we're not really looking at the league tables at teams coming up, sort of challenging. But I'd like it if Middlesbrough could win a Champions League, a Premier League. I mean, it'd be great to win a Champions League as well, but I'd like them to win a Premier League. I think they're not far from potentially doing it. We've got another 30 years to go, and I fear we've really dilly-dallied. So let's go. We're going to do 10-year jumps now. Let's go 10 years to 2043. Oh, the best player in the world for Real Madrid, Michael Stewart, and we've also got Roger Hoffman also at Real Madrid. Are they back? Sonny Jensen at Middlesbrough in the first page of the shortlist. Wanted by AC Milan. Prediger and Otto Dens are still representing at 32 years young for AC Milan. We've got Man City represented a couple of times. Steven Barros of Cape Verde for Barcelona. United have been represented with a couple of players. AC Milan again. Real Madrid. Are they back? Almost certainly so. Let's go in reverse order. Let's look at the leagues first, and then we'll go check in on the Premier League. So we'll start off in Ligue 1 of France, and 10 years ago, PSG were winning it every single season. Auxerre came up and won it once. PSG won another couple, and then Rennes have won it for 3 years in a row. They're currently on top of Ligue 1. PSG down in 4th. Toulouse doing pretty well. Thiago Motta's still here. Some good players. Not good enough, though. Bayern Munich and Dortmund have shared the spoils in the last decade, but it feels very weighted in favour of Dortmund. 7-3, to be precise. Bayern have got Nagelsmann in charge, and their team is small, very small. Few decent players. Sebastian May in charge over here. So what happened? They've got better players. Vincent Kompany resigned. Then they've had Thomas Tuchel, Unai Emery, but Vincent Kompany resigned to go and become the manager of Belgium, and now he's the manager of Villarreal. He's wanted by Arsenal. Of course, he's at his current ability. Of course he is. The question is has he won anything in Spain? Well, we'll get into that in a moment. But Serie A, it's all AC Milan. 13 Champions Leagues as well. They've probably won quite a few Champions Leagues in the last decade. The Spanish First Division, well, Villarreal are in 5th, as you can see. The Vinny Comp magic dust hasn't really been sprinkled on Villarreal of sorts. 3 wins for Real Madrid. We've seen them come back with some of those players. And I said, are they back? They are. 3 in the last 4 years. 1 there as well. So 4 in the last decade. We've had Barcelona, Valencia have won 1. Barcelona have won a few. Atletico Madrid have won a few. So I think Real Madrid might have been the most successful of the last decade with 4. Quite possibly. Quite possibly. And England, well, it was Man City continuing. Then Arsenal. Then Everton. Then Arsenal and Everton. Back and forth like a hot potato. And Newcastle for the last 3 years under Steve Griffith's managerial reign. He's come in 3 years and 18 days ago. And he's won the league 3 times. He's won the Europa League again. They love a Europa League in Newcastle. That's 5 in total, 4 for the experiment. Spurs went down in 33-34. Europa League football for Norwich. Middlesbrough out of the Champions League places. They're back in him though. West Ham relegated. Man City won the league. Middlesbrough now mid-table. Back up in 3rd. Europa League football. Everton winning the league there, of course, as we've already established. They've won the league a few times. And they've won it again there. Middlesbrough getting Champions League football again. Tottenham up and down. Chelsea going down again on Newcastle's first win. Champions League football for Leicester, who finished bottom of the Premier League. That's a Europa League win. Or a Champions League win, but I'm going to say Europa League win. And there we are, present day. There was a Europa Leagues. Arsenal and Leicester have also won Europa Leagues. Middlesbrough have won a Europa League. Bit of that. Have a bit of that. Champions Leagues. We've had AC Milan. We've seen them won a few. Bayern Munich got one. Real Madrid, Dortmund didn't have Vinny Comp in charge there. Probably would have won it if he was. Just saying. Barcelona beating AC Milan. Villarreal. How long's Vinny Comp been there? Sorry, when did they win this? Villarreal, 2040-41. He joined in 2038. He's won the Champions League. Oh my God. Vincent Kompany has won the Champions League. Ruben Amorim is in charge of England. He was in charge of Middlesbrough for 3 years, 2038-41. Sacked as the manager of Middlesbrough. He did win the Europa League, the FA Cup, the Carabao Cup, and the FA Cup again. Fair play. But Vincent Kompany, I said, the magic dust of Vincent Kompany's not been sprinkled on Villarreal. And they've gone to win a Champions League. Man City beat Real Madrid, then Liverpool beat Man City. Okay, so it's 2043. We've got 20 years to go. Should we just do the last jump? 20 years. Just go all balls to the wall. Do a big old roundup. Yeah. Mehdi Kandar, 199 out of 200. The best player in the world for Dortmund. Scott McHugh at Real Madrid. Volkan Kurt at Bayern Munich. Arnaud Navarro at Preston, who are in the Premier Division. Interesting. Very interesting. Okay, let's start off in France, where we've had Rennes dominating. Then Auxerre start to take over, and then Auxerre have fully taken over. Absolute scenes over here. Taking a hell of a lot of arse. In Spain, Real Madrid continued their dominance and their reascension back to the top. Barcelona and Atletico Madrid were in amongst it. Valencia have won last season, but that's it. Villarreal are down in 15th, of course. There is no Vincent Kompany. God, you have to do a lot of scrolling to get to Vincent Kompany. He, funnily enough, left Villarreal to be manager of Preston, where it's not even in his blurb, but he was at Barcelona for 14 years. So did Barcelona win anything? Well, 2058. Yeah, they won a few leagues. Yeah, so he's won a few La Liga titles. So there we are. Well, AC Milan's domination has ceased. Roma snuck one. Then it was another few years of AC Milan. Then Roma again. A couple of years of AC Milan. Roma with 2. AC Milan. Roma with 2, Sassuolo, then back to AC Milan. So AC Milan are back on top for now, but their domination is nowhere near as severe as it once was. The Bundesliga is back with Eintracht Frankfurt won it, to be fair. Dortmund, then Bayern Munich for a decade-ish. Dortmund again, a couple more for Bayern, Leipzig, Bayern, and then last 2 has been big bad Borussia Dortmund. And the Premier League, well, Liverpool found themselves on top of the pile to begin with. Then Everton, Newcastle, City, Everton. City have won a lot. United have won it most recently. So City are the team, aren't they? Middlesbrough did not win anything. They've won 3 Europa Leagues, though. That's all right, innit? 3 Europa Leagues for Middlesbrough. Oh, PSG win Europa League. Beating Middlesbrough in the final. How sad. West Ham have won 1. Preston. Let's have a look at Preston. Let's have a look at their ascension, because I've not noticed them. They came up to the Premier League in 2037-38 after they'd been here since 28-29, sorry. Went back down, came back up, and then they've started becoming a top half team where they actually finished second in the Premier League in 56-57. Not a million miles away from doing something a little bit outlandish. Past winners of the Champions League, we've had City, Everton have won a few. Everton have won 5 Champions Leagues. Man City, Bayern, yeah. I think Everton have won the experiment, haven't they? In terms of the Premier League, then, who we got here? We got Arsenal, Villa, Blackburn, Bournemouth, Bristol City, Cardiff, Everton, Fulham, Ipswich, Leicester, Liverpool, Man City, Man United, who are currently champions, Borough, Newcastle, Preston, Spurs, Watford, West Ham, and Wolves. Let's go down and look at the Championship and see any teams here that were in the Premier League. Brighton, Chelsea, who finished 9th, Crystal Palace, who are 19th, Leeds, Forest, who are coming back up, Southampton, Sunderland. It's hard to know who's who at the moment, isn't it? 2 years out of date. I forget. I'd be rubbish in a pub quiz. No one in League One. We didn't have as much of a shake-up as I originally thought it might do. I guess if you slap transfer embargoes on teams, it becomes very much a youth academy sort of vibe, which is basically what we did before. Transfer embargoes, but youth academies through the roof. And then we just left the players as they were. Much easier to set up. And then after 15 years, that's when it really starts to come into its own. Well, there we go then. So how have we done internationally? That's the question. Barley Mumba is in charge. So the Euros, we've had Germany, Portugal twice, Spain twice, France, England, Italy, England, Spain. England won 2 Euros, but no one really out of the ordinary. No World Cup. A World Cup for Scotland, though. Belgium have won one. France, Netherlands a couple, France a few. But look at that, Scotland have won a World Cup, beating Germany in the final. Fair play to them. Well, there we go then. That's the end of today's experiment. Hope you enjoyed. Be quite a fun one to play. I'll pop this database up on my Patreon. I'll pop this up on the Patreon on the free tier for people to download if they want. There's not a lot much time to get stuck into it before FM26, to be honest, but you know, if anyone wants to, if anyone feels like it, you're welcome to. And I'm probably going to do some of these styles of experiments and get the databases there ready for download when FM26 comes out. I'll probably do a few different experiments, of course, to intersperse it so it's not just the same ones brought onto a different game. But I want to make those databases accessible for people to do some save games with, because if people are going to download them and actually play the save files, I'd be very interested to see how they've done, get the save files back off them down the line, maybe do a bit of a review of some of them on the channel towards a few months in, after a few people have done some good saves on them. So yeah, let me know. That'd be of interest to you. Get on over and follow me on Patreon. This will go on the free tier, so you don't have to subscribe or pay any money. Go and follow me on Twitch, as I've probably alluded to 2, 3, 4, 5 times in this video. We're in Norwich City at the moment, and we're going to have a great save on FM26. So come and get involved over on Twitch. Listen to me waffle and unedited. And then, subscribe to this channel, like the video and all that. Leave a comment down below of any ideas for future experiments with the new game or this game. And don't forget, if you want to pre-order it, there's an affiliate link down below. So if you want to support me as a creator, not only do you get more money off, I get a little bit of a kickback, I think. that's how it works. I don't know. I just hear everyone else say it, and I've gone and fanaticaled myself up. So yeah, if you do like my content, I'll be very grateful. Other than that, that's it. That's the end of the shameless self-promotion at the end that I've interspersed throughout as well. Bless you all for sticking with it. And I say come and watch me on Twitch unedited. And you think, do you mean unedited? This can't be edited. You leave all this shite in. Yeah, I do. So what? End of story. End of video. Take good care of yourselves. I will see you soon.